First thing up, we're going to take 2 white trash bags, not the scented type, just regular trash bags, put one inside the other. We're going to put our Boston butt inside of those trash bags. Now you're going to need a rub for this. Here's the formula for my rub if you want to make it up, if you don't have your own. Once we got the Boston butt in there, we're going to open it up. These are boneless, Packer style Boston butts that I bought. There comes 2 in a pack. We're going to spread the rub all over the exposed sides of the meat. Try to get it on there as even as we can. Get it on one side, we're going to roll this thing over, make sure the whole thing's coated. I'm going to put the other Boston butt right on top of that one. I'm going to open it up, and we're going to spread our rub over top of that, same as we did the other one. Doing 2 today because I'm doing a benefit to raise some money. With those both covered, we're going to tie both bags off, and we're just going to toss them around a little bit, make sure that the rub gets everywhere. Once we got that done, we're going to put these on ice for an hour while we get our grill ready. Put a full roaster in our smoker and put about 2 inches of apple juice in there. That'll help to steam the meat as it's cooking, make it into a wet smoke. We're going to put our Boston butts on here with the fat cap on top, so that as we render that fat, it drops down through the meat, gives it a lot of flavor. We're going to be smoking at 275 degrees for 3 hours with apple wood. 1 hour is up. We're going to take a little bit of apple juice in a spray bottle and just mist these. Make sure they don't dry out. We've smoked these Boston butts for 3 hours now with some pretty heavy smoke. Normally we would wrap these, but in this case we're just going to take them into the kitchen and we're going to put them in an aluminum foil roaster. Now, we put some more apple juice in this roast pan. We're going to sit this in here. These butts have to cook for a further 6 hours, but there's no point in us just burning up all our charcoal out on our grill. So we're going to put them in the roast pan. We're going to take our foil, cover these up, seal them nice and tight all the way around. Make sure you get all the corners. You don't want anything leaking out. With that done, we're going to put them into our oven. We got our oven preheated to 275 degrees, and our cook time will be 6 hours. Okay, with our 6 hours up, take our foil off. This is why you wanted to make sure the foil was nice and sealed. This thing's going to be full of liquid. What we're going to do with that is I'm going to move it over to the sink, pour it into a jug very carefully. It's boiling hot. And then once we've poured it into that jug, and once it's in the jug, we're going to pour it into a separator. And what we want to do is separate all the fat off that's in those juices so that we just have the juices. We're going to put those in a saucepan and reduce them down, get them nice and concentrated, get those flavors concentrated. Now while that's reducing down, we're going to take our forks, go ahead and pull these pork butts apart. You find that they're just so tender they're practically falling apart on their own. You can use 2 large forks for this. I've got these 2 special forks that they sell that my wife bought me. They work fine. They also sell something called bear claws. Now once we get this pulled apart real nice, and you want to make sure you got all the large clumps broken up, we're going to take our juices that we reduced down and we're going to pour those back over the pork. Now this is going to put flavor back into the pork from the juices, from the fat. Even though the fat's not there, we've gotten the flavor out of it. We've got the flavor out of that rub in those juices. We got the flavor out of the pork in those juices. So all that's been reduced down and concentrated. It's concentrated the flavors, made your pulled pork. It'll taste delicious. Enjoy it.